Morning guys, I just posted an intro video for my home arcade through Extreme Home Arcades. I'm going to show you how to get the custom intro on your active marquee if you have one. Alright, so let's get started. Just bear with me. Alright, so first you're going to want to go to your folder, and so right now you're gonna have to go C drive and go to HYPERMarquee. Now the settings in HYPERMarquee may not allow you to make changes until you change the properties. So right now, if you notice here, they're on read only. If you want to check that, go ahead and apply those changes. And it applies it to all subfolders. And then after you're done, you could change it back to read only, so that'll lock it. Because if you make any changes through HYPERMarquee or the file paths, just keep in mind it will save every time you exit out. So just make sure you check that back after you're done making those changes and you're happy with them. If you're not happy with them, just keep in mind of the changes that you made so you could go back. Okay. Alright, so click on OK. Alright, so you notice that the David has a custom intro video on his. I was wanting to change that just to get something a little bit more HYPERSPIN, I guess, oriented. So what I did is I went to boot, and there are a couple of files here. You want to look up at start the video bat, and I'm just showing you what the sequence is, so I'm not changing this portion. So you right click, and if you look at edit with notepad, you'll notice that it says mplayer.exe-fs intro mp4. So this file is in the same folder, so we're going to exit out of that and we're going to find it. So if you notice here, you'll see intro mp4 and intro 1 mp4. Intro 1 mp4 is David's original. I just added a 1 to that, and then I found the one that you want. Now I timed David's video. It's about 8 seconds. So I found a video that just matched the time because I didn't want to alter the delay from when this video ends to when the new intro video for the random intro video begins. So if you find a longer one, you may have to alter other things because there's a timer on it. But I'm not going to go into that. We're going to alter just the file. So you could get whatever file you want. Make sure it's an MP4 because that's the format that it's in. And I'll show you what it is. This is the one that I found. So it's like a short video with Mega Man. Alright, so that's that. So exit out of that. So that is set. So that one's done. And then we're gonna close out of that. So now that video is set. That's the intro video. And then now we're gonna look at getting the custom video for your HYPERMarquee. Make sure, because HYPERSPIN is still running, you want to click on your active marquee. It's going to show a couple options here. You want to click on edit, applications, And one second, I gotta move this here. I'm just dragging the Marquee menu down to my main menu so you could see everything. You're worried about artwork. Now, these are the file paths that I have, just because I have custom marquees for the backdrop with the arcade title. But what you're looking at is the very last line. So what I have here is, it's an FLV video. I'm not sure if HYPERMarquee plays FLV and MP4s, but just for the sake of it, I did FLV. So you find your video that you want and just make sure it matches with the file path that you want it to lead to. So I have mine in here. This is just a test image, so I made it just a new folder, put it on my desktop, and tested it out. Set a marquee folder and put a test video. So this is not my permanent location, and you can back it up if you want, whatever. But I just have it loading on from my main screen just because I don't have that many intro videos that I want to use. The one that you saw was the default one. I may add more later, but it doesn't really matter where the file path is. You just have to set it and leave that video there, and it'll play on your HYPERMarquee. So the reason that the video pulls is because the intro video does not have a specific image or title for that. So if you notice here, these top 4 rows is when you're in game, but the intro video, it's not really considered a game, so it will pull the first available that corresponds, I guess, to that screen at that time when you start up. So put your video there. Make sure you close it. It will save those files, and then we're gonna go back into HYPERSPIN, and then I'll show you the changes that I made. Oh, one more thing here. So one moment. You want to go back to your C drive. Now, so we have the marquee intro video. We have the I guess the loading video, but then you want to work on your randomized videos. So right now we're in C drive, and so you'll notice here that there's a folder that says, it has all your HYPERSPIN videos. So right here it says new HYPERSPIN intro videos. So if you click on that, it shows you all the videos that will randomly load at the startup of your arcade. I filtered these, so just because I went through pretty much all of them and was looking for the ones that have the best resolution. I added a few, if you see here. These ones, the one that say intro, 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. These ones here that have a title, those ones were already installed in the arcade. See all these ones? These ones are kind of like system-specific intros, so I kept those. Those were the best ones that I liked. You could keep whichever ones you want. And if you just want to keep them as a backup, I move them to a separate drive, portable drive. Alright, so we're going to go back to that. We're not changing anything there right now. You want to go to back to boot in your C drive, and if you notice here, there is a file that says random ini. If you look at that, it's going to be in a notepad. So you'll notice that it's a list of all the videos that I have in the new HYPERSPIN video folder. I deleted that from the start because that was the initial any folder that corresponded with all the videos that were on there. So after I filtered them, deleted them, and backed up the ones I didn't want, I deleted the random ini file because we're going to make a new one of that. So I'm just going to go through the process again. Delete. We're going to make a new one, so don't worry. And then now the video goes through an exe file called Randomizer. So what this does is it generates the random videos that you have in your folder. We're going to open that up. So just double click. And then you'll notice that it says select the file you want to randomize. You always want to select intro FLV because that's kind of going to be the default movie that you're randomizing. We're going to select that. Next, it says browse for folder, the one that you want to randomize. So we're going to look for C drive. So let's see here. This be C drive. And then you're going to look for new HYPERSPIN intro videos. That's the one that has all the videos. Click on that. Select OK. And then you'll notice it gives you a couple options. Use every file before randomizing again. Select from all files each time. Add original file to the random list. I don't click on add original file because that's the one you want to change. We're dealing with these two options. So pretty much what I did, I liked them all, so I select all. It's going to check every box. And then it's up to you whether you want to use every file or select from the pool randomly every single time. So I have so many videos I could care less whether or not I see them all. So, but you know, some are nitpicky, whatever. I just select from all files each time. So you could see the same one twice whenever you start up. So we're pretty much done here. We're gonna click on save. And then this program actually repeats itself. So once you save it, it will ask you to start again. So you do not have to do that. Cancel. For some reason, randomizer just it keeps repeating itself, so exit program. And then now if you notice, it created a new ini file. So if I double click on that, it shows my new randomized list, starting with see, it says file to randomize video intro FLV. All the files that I have here are going to play randomly. And we're pretty much done. So close that. Last thing you want to do, in your C drive, go back to Marquee. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't go in there. You want to right click on Marquee, properties, and then it'll say it's read only. So that means it's locked. So those changes can't be made. Or changes can't be made until you unclick it again. So click on OK and see if this works. Okay. Alright, so I close this. We're back in HYPERSPIN. I'm going to go back to your settings. And then we're going to reboot the machine. Alright, so restart machine. And I'll show you how it works. and I just found a wallpaper that I liked. Covers the Marquee. Full screens. Alright, so it's going to load now the intro. It's the Mega Man. Right, and then now, pinball. And then the Marquee. And then I kind of try to toy around with the intro videos on the top screen just because I haven't really found anyone that's long enough that kind of matches the length of the intro videos. So this one, it's more than likely kind of end before this one ends. Okay? But you'll notice here, the video at the top, I had it muted. The video at the top, I had it muted because I found it with volume. I had to modify it through my phone to make a new file with it muted. So I just did it through my iPhone. When you edit the video, it allows you to mute it and then make a new video. So I just did that and then load it onto here. Because if you find a video with sound, it's going to conflict with the original video. So just keep that in mind if you know how to do that. If you have an iPhone, just edit the video file, mute it, and then resave it, and it'll take the volume out. I'm not sure how to do it with Google or through the computer. Or you could try and find a video without sound. So that's pretty much it. And then, yeah, we're back to the arcade. If you have any questions, let me know. Just message me. All right, take care.